So I haven't done a video on here in a while because I've been focusing on other things and had a lot of other things going on that I had to take care of. But anyhow, I'm doing this video to talk about, again, calling out the bullshit in New York politics. We had the New York Citizens Audit come out with a press release the other day, and I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to read it through for people so they can see if I can do this right and see what's going on with the audit going on here. So this is what it says. Hopefully you guys can see the screen, the press release. All right. Uh, so it says December 19th, 2022, during the 2022 midterm election season, New York Citizens Audit received many complaints by voters of issues related to the New York state elections. Many issues occurred during the 2022 midterms and were documented by NYCA. These complaints, along with evidence indicating numerous election law violations, were compiled into a document provided to the New York GOP leadership for review and requested that Republican elected officials bring justice to all New York voters by initiating legal action to halt the certification of the election on December 15th, 2022. New York Citizens Audit has called out for the citizen engagement to contact and encourage the New York GOP leadership to pursue such legal measures necessary to halt the certification of the 2022 New York State midterm election. Our election process is broken and has left many voters of all political affiliations disenfranchised for several election cycles. This simply cannot continue. Every registered voter has the right to vote, and their vote should be counted. Sadly, it has been made clear yet again that the will of the voters does not matter, and the power of political leadership is the driving force behind the destruction of our great state. Unfortunately, the uncertifiable midterm election results have been certified by the Board of Elections and Secretary of State. No action was taken by the New York GOP to halt the certification and protect the voices of their constituents as they promised they would do during their campaign. A lot of them did. All right, but nothing. New York elected officials have refused to uphold the Constitution and have refused to protect the sanctity of our election process. New York GOP had an opportunity to bring to light the many election law and criminal law violations across the state in our election process. Their failure to do so is a testament to the demise of the Republican Party and to our great state. New York Citizens Audit vows to continue their efforts of election integrity and restoring the voice of the voters throughout the state of New York. Now, this was on December 19th, 2022. There's a contact here for Marley Hammock, New York Citizens Audit at prontomail.com if anybody wants to contact this person. So let me stop the share here because a lot of people in New York are fed up with this election nonsense. All right. And because not for nothing, they're not leaders. They're elected representatives. They're supposed to represent us, not lead us. They're supposed to do what the will of the people, what the people want, but they don't do that. Why? Because they're getting their pay. They don't care. People can do protests, people can do rallies, everything else, but their ears become numb, deaf. They don't hear it. They just continue on doing what they're doing. Now, either the upper people in the Republican Party, either they're just too afraid and they don't have the balls to come out and say anything to anybody or bring it up because they're too afraid of what people might think, or they might be labeled as this or that. It's crazy. Or either that or they're in on it. It's either one of the two. So if they don't have the balls, it's time for them to step up. All right. And I really think that it's time to put a little pressure on them and not tell them, but it's time. I've been throwing this out to people that maybe it's time to start another party. All right. And put pressure on them. start another party for people that'll actually go in there and do something. All right. And not just sit there and act like they're leaders. Now, I'd like people's opinions on that. If you can comment in the comment section, I like people, what they feel about starting another party. I've been throwing it out there here and there to certain people, and you're getting a kind of a good response. A lot of people say, "Oh, you can't start another party. You'll split the vote." No, not if it's a party for the people. Not if it's a party for the Democrats, the Republicans, the the conservatives, the independents. It's a party for everybody that believes in this state, that believes in freedom, that believes in what should be done right, not bullshit. Because that's all they do is just bullshit. They bullshit us to death. Is all they do, and people are just fed up with it. Now we had a lot of people that were running in the 2022 midterms that were great people that were really working. They wanted to work for the people. They had great intentions. Their heart was there to do the right thing. But for some reason, my opinion, they were not getting support from the Republican Party because they did not align with their ideas. Now, is that right? No. Now, by the upper people in the Republican Party, by not stepping up and saying something about this election craziness, they're actually like slapping them people in the face. It's a slap in the face to them because they're not standing up for the people that want to do good. They're all their interest is about themselves. And are they in on it? Are they with? Is it all just one big party lumped up into one? And it doesn't matter what the people want, because that's what I think. But I'd really like to know what people think about starting another party. If you can comment, like I said, this would be a party for everybody that are just fed up with everything that's going on in this state. Please comment. Please share this. I just want people's opinions because if we get a good outcome, then let's pursue it. But another thing, the biggest, toughest job of starting a new party is just getting people out there to get petitions signed. You need to get petitions signed. That's why a lot of the other parties did not, they all faltered because people weren't out there getting the petitions signed to start a new party. Because that's the legwork is the hardest part. But we have all winter long and in springtime to get something going if this is what people want. I just want to know what the people want because it should be up to the people who we put in the office, not the elected people, not the people that they choose that goes into office, because that's not right either. All right. So please comment, please share, please let me know what you think. Thanks.